Looking for a way to turn yourself into a lifeless, brain-craving zombie? Then look no further. This kind of zombie is definitely inspired more by the traditional old school zombies, such as Dawn of the Dead, where it wasn't so much about crazy texture and awesome wounds, but more just about the overall effect and blood. So to get this one going, you need to make some super sexy zombie hair. I made mine a mess to start with, and then would add it with hairspray and temporary hair dyes in white and black to just dull the color of my hair and make it look really splotchy and messed up. And since temporary hairspray is a really crappy, stiff hairspray, it'll make your hair look even grosser. When you get your hair looking really fancy, then you can move on to creating the skin tone. I went for the classic gray skin tone by mixing some black cream pencil with my white face paint, and then I just applied that all over with a sponge, going for a surprisingly even skin tone, since a lot of the classic zombies actually have pretty nice looking skin. Following that, I made sure to just set it by packing on some translucent powder to get rid of any of the tackiness of the cream. And then from there, I took a red cream from my Makeup Forever Flash palette and started applying this underneath the eyes and blending out with a fluffy brush, just to start building that really irritated under eye with the big bags that tend to be a very common look for these zombies. When I had the red roughly laid down, I then moved back to the black cream pencil that I had mixed with my foundation and applied this all over the lid, and again, very messily spread it out with the fluffy brush, kind of carrying it higher around the eye shape to make them look really sunken in and shadowed. I then made sure to set that with a matte black eyeshadow, both to set the cream product as well as really deepen the black color and spread it out along the eye area. I then, of course, also made sure to do my waterline and blended that down into the red underneath my eyes. I also wanted to set the red, so I just took a red matte shadow and did the same, packing it on underneath. And then moving on to a cool tone brown shadow, I started creating some contouring around the face. I wanted to really deepen the eye socket, so I outlined around the red a little bit and blended it out with a fluffy brush. And then I started making crazy faces to be able to find my snarl lines on my face and just kind of emphasize them with the same color and blending it out. So I went around the sides of my nose and mouth, and then of course along the brow bone as well, creating the lines that would show up if you were really ticked off. And then I also wanted to hollow out the cheekbone. So I found where mine sat and then just blended it downwards and created a really hollow face shape by darkening the cheeks. I went back over the eyes with a black shadow to really help deepen them, and carrying it along this top area on the brows kind of helps flatten the brow shape and makes it look a little bit more protruded, as well as emphasizing around the nose area and darkening the mouth. And that's like seriously all you need on the makeup front for this. The look really doesn't come to life until you start splashing blood all over yourself. So I started with the classic vampire blood that you can get at just about any Halloween store. This stuff is great because it flows really well and it has a crazy bright red color to it. The downside is it tends to dry down on you and the color will disappear. Then I also used Fleet Street's Fresh Drying Blood, which is a very good quality cosmetic blood, and it will keep the shine to it and the color as it dries. I also then just took a chip brush that I had kind of trimmed off to make a really stiff flick brush and just splattered it all over my face by flicking my thumb along the brush. Changing back and forth between brush and sponges will help give a lot more texture to the blood that you're applying, and then you can just go crazy. I made sure to also get it in my hair, since I'm sure if you were gorging on human flesh, you would not be very neat about it. And once you've made a fantastic mess, you're pretty much done. I did throw in a pair of contacts. A lot of the classic zombies don't actually have very pronounced contacts, but I couldn't resist. So I threw in a pair of white mesh lenses, and then that is it for my old school zombie look. Thank you to NinjaBunBun on YouTube for requesting this look. It was really fun to do, to just go crazy with blood. So I definitely hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a ton of fun making it. If you did, please share and subscribe. You know it means the world to me. But until next video, I will see you guys then, and thank you. Bye guys.